Erin here, your friendly neighborhood VA. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, because I talk weekly about ways to avoid burnout and make more money. This week I'm switching it up a little bit and we're talking about the best gifts for you, a client, to give to your virtual assistant. Now, all the products I'm about to mention in this video are linked below in the description, so don't feel like you have to scribble everything down as I go through them. Some of these links are affiliate links, which means if you buy something from one of these links, I might get 10 or 20 cents or so thank you so much for fueling my coffee addiction. Hopefully there comes a time where your VA has gone above and beyond for you and you think, I want to do something nice for them. But the very act of gift giving can actually be very stressful. What do they like? What do you get for them? Where do you ship it? And in this video, I'm going to share a couple of items that every single VA could use, love, will absolutely use in their business every day, and hopefully it takes away a little bit of stress from you. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, let's talk about coffee. I, like so many VAs, reach for that sweet, sweet nectar of the gods every single morning. I cannot function without my cup of coffee. I am pretty much on my third cup right now, if you can't tell by the way I'm talking. You could send them something like a Starbucks e-gift card. Those are online, they're really easy to deliver because you basically just put in an amount of money and send the gift card to your VA's email. But if you're looking for something a little more concrete, I've got just the thing for you. Meet Deathwish Coffee. Deathwish Coffee is awesome. It is strong, it is bold, but it's not too strong that it tastes bitter. And the best thing about Deathwish Coffee is it boasts some of the highest caffeine in a bag. So if you've got a VA who loves trying new coffees, I definitely recommend getting them Deathwish. Gift number 2 that every VA will love is a great pair of headphones. These particular headphones are the Urban Ears Platon wireless headphones. Now, there's a couple reasons why I like these so much and I always recommend them. Number 1, they're cost efficient. Unlike those other headphones that are $300-400, these are $99 and they hold a charge for 30 hours. So the nice thing is your VA can charge this baby up overnight, have 30 hours of continuous music, podcasts, ebooks, whatever it is, and they won't need to recharge again. Best thing about these particular headphones too, besides the cost, is that they come with their own internal microphone. So if your VA is listening to Spotify when they're working and you give them a ring, they'll be able to answer the phone with a touch of one button and can actually speak to you through their headphones. Speaking of podcasts and books, books are actually a great gift for VAs. You could do something like an Audible Subscription. That's something where every month they get a brand new ebook to choose from. Or you could actually send them physical books because physical books are awesome and honestly, we don't send enough of those. There are 2 books that I like in particular. One is You Are a Badass and the second is The 5-Second Rule. This You Are a Badass book was actually written by a female success coach. If you want to help your VA do things like identify weak spots and kick some serious ass, this book is a really great one to send. When your VA is on the go, they're going to need some way to save and access passwords. The best thing you can get for your VA is a subscription to something like LastPass. Now, something like a subscription to a password manager is going to run you about $24 a year, but it's going to be gold in dividends. Basically, anytime you share password credentials, your login details, your passwords, your VA should be logging that somewhere safely and securely. That's so that the 2 of you can log in and access your different platforms that you use without worrying about losing a password or without worrying about somebody else stealing that password and then stealing all of your information. So something like LastPass is actually a great gift for yourself too. Now for the VA who's really into planning, I've got a couple great ideas for that person. Number 1, a dry erase board goes a really long way. I use mine for absolutely everything. So if you've got a VA that has a home office, consider setting them up with a pretty cool erase board like this that allows them to map out their daily to-dos, things that they're working on, projects they're working on with you, long-term planning, whatever it is they want to use. A dry erase board is a good option. If you've got somebody who's a little more on the go, a planner is a slam dunk gift, especially a nice planner like this. So There are two planners that I actually recommend using. Number one, the Panda Planner. Now the Panda Planner is awesome because it allows your VA to map out all the tasks that they're doing for you. And more importantly, it allows them to actually prioritize things on the same page. And the reason that this is so crucial is because sometimes VAs need a little nudge to know what your priorities are in the day. So if you give them something like a Panda Planner and you say to them, I have 10 projects for you to do, but I need you to do project A first, make sure that they're putting that as a priority on their Panda Planner, and you'll be amazed how much faster their work becomes. Now, if you have a VA who's a little less into the macro planning and they're a little more into the micro planning, and by that I mean you've got a VA on your hands who loves to map out minute by minute, the Passion Planner is actually a great planner for that person. So not only can they map out, I'm talking down to the hour, things that they're working on, they also have month-long calendar views. So it's kind of a different way for them to plan out things that they're working on both a macro and micro level. Now for the VA who's into health, self-care is a real nice thing, and self-care gifts go a long way. It's going to make your VA feel pampered, valued, heard. Self-care gifts are a really good one. So something like a gift certificate to Massage Envy is nice. Or even something a little more concrete like a Fitbit is also really cool. Now, something like that encourages your VA to get out of their desk from time to time, which as you, a client, it's a great message to communicate to your VA that you don't expect them to be tethered to their desk 24/7. Last but not least, and personally I think this is one of the best gifts that you can get your VA, is a monetary bonus. Now, don't get me wrong, these things that I've listed out are great too, but if you've exhausted all your options or you don't want to get them something concrete, a monetary bonus is a bit like a micro loan. If you're able to give them a bonus, and I think the rule of thumb is 1 month additional pay. A bonus like that can be life-changing to some people. It can be the difference between making or breaking this month's bills, rent. They can choose to spend it on something like that, or they can choose to spend it on something for their business. So maybe with that bonus, they get their own laptop. Whatever it is, giving them the autonomy to choose something for themselves is a really great way to say, I appreciate you, I trust you, and thank them for their hard work. So I hope this list was helpful to you guys. Again, these are just some items that I think would be very helpful for any virtual assistant across the board, regardless of what you guys work on together. And the very act of giving your VA something, if not annually, but once in a blue moon, just to say thank you, is a great way to help solidify your relationship together, because it shows that you care and that you're taking the time to show your appreciation for their work.